But yes. So Santa Claus, yes. In Spanish, it's like San Nicolás.
San Nicolás.
San Nicolás.
Okay. The question is very simple. What are 3 elements that you think are important when you are designing a class for your beloved students? What 3 elements are important for you? Please don't think there are like right or wrong answers. This is very personal. So it's more a question of sharing more than contrasting answers. Okay? We can work in groups of 2, in pairs actually. Let me see, 2, 2, 2. And we can have one group of 3 here. Is it nice? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You have a couple of minutes.
So in my case, something what they have been exposed to. It's like meaningful, productive activities.
Okay. Do you mean, I'm sorry, could you rephrase that as like speaking activities specifically or just productive?
Well, actually, it could be like speaking activities or written work. It's something that reflects they have learned.
So maybe that could be production activity where you look for production. Very nice.
And of course, it can apply to their lives.
Okay, that's another one, right?
Yeah.
That would be relevant or meaningful. Okay. Another thought? Karina?
Because other point when you are designing your class, first is thinking your learning objective must be clear. But you are
They're the students' learning styles. They're planning a lesson.
Style. Okay, very nice. This area, this kind of silence.
I think timing is a big factor.
Okay.
You want to make sure you have enough time.
I actually have for you, it's very important to examine how you are in this topic at the very beginning of the workshop. So I have some handout. Mary, can you help me?
Sure.
Emma?
For me, I think that my priority is choosing the task, right? And then once I'm clear on what the task is going to be, then I start thinking about the materials for that task.
Okay. Very nice.
I think one factor that can really change these numbers is imagination. And the right spark kind of sending you on a path, and that could kind of manipulate this.
Okay. So for you, it's not always the same answer. It depends also on.
Yeah, if I'm very inspired and feeling creative,
There
then
you go.
it's much less difficult.
That's very true.
And the true is true opposite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sally?
Mine also depends on my context. You know? So I would say that I've answered for what's generally true, but in different contexts, different time frames, different kind of pressures.
Okay. Okay. Very nice. So one thing I get from your comment, how many objects do you have to take? 2. Right, 2, very good. How many questions are you going to ask?
2.
Okay. At the end of the exchange, what are you going to do? At the end of your conversation?
Exchange one.
I gave you the answer, right? Yes. Exchange, okay, and then? After that? Change partner. Right. Go find another person and start the same process, okay? So, please stand up, guys. And take 2 different elements from this table. I'll give you some 8 minutes approximately to do this activity, okay?
Right.
So you can start, right? You can go.
Give the answer for this question. She's my best friend. I'm kind of a unfortunate
Well, there's
Right.
but what her name is very developed. And this person is
What's your favorite TV show or movie?
Also based on your work.
yeah, in a way, because we have the same style in a way. We like to make fun dishes.
In Florida. I work for private doctor.
What's your favorite
Do
holiday?
you guys fight?
My favorite holiday?
not fun. At the beginning of our friendship, yes. Now, with
So
time,
you're gonna.
it's fine.
Yeah, so maybe this sounds a little bit cruel, but in Chile we call this earthquake, the earthquake, when everybody like switches chairs, and everybody's like crazy, like
No, I think it is cruel.
it is cruel, right? But
After what, Tuesday night.
but we are so used to earthquakes. It's like, okay. How did you feel with the experience? What did you notice, especially in terms of the materials? What did you notice and what did you feel?
Those materials are easy to find in any place. In the case, you can find it at home or even in the school.
Okay.
Many trees in the school.
And how did that?
And
What did you feel about
it was nice to have those materials because I'm familiar with leaves and rocks, and they have different textures.
Yeah, sure.
So some of them are soft, all of them are like narrow, and I like that activity, those materials.
Okay. Very nice.
Part of me kind of liked this more than the original talking sticks because they had a couple colors that were very similar. So like a teal and a green and an orange and a red. And people were like, wait, what color is this? And they like compared it. This one is really obvious. A big stick and a rock. There's no way to get those. So that was kind of a nice improvement.
Okay. So you felt more confident when you had to ask your question.
Yes.
Okay.
I knew what my question was.
Perfect. Okay. Fun.
Actually, I felt very visually excited because now I like colors, and I was eager to touch things. So
Okay.
I'm a very touchy person. So it's like talking about materials.
Yeah.
And,
Nobody
so I
thought.
felt very tempted. Actually, working.
Okay. Nobody thought the other way.
Okay.
It has special significance for me because I was thinking of where can I buy talking sticks before I go back to South Africa, and there's no need because I can just use whatever I can, from the garden in when we teach the course.
Okay.
So
Okay. Very nice. Okay.
Right.
Right. Yes. Christian? No. I'm sorry. Okay. Emma.
I like to be able to stop a little bit and focus on the nature, the energy of the objects, and like the feeling that brought to me. I think as a learner helped me feel relaxed. It was something safe to be around. And so
Material protected. Okay? I'd like to know your own opinion. Of course, based on our experience. Okay? You can get more ideas from the experience.
Okay. Can you elaborate that?
Yeah,
on that?
like bringing into the classroom like realia, things that they can touch, things that they can see, things that they can smell. It helps really a lot, developing, their learning.
Very nice. Very So I hear you saying that reality and also things they can use their senses.
I'd say it kind of like reality, familiar. Things are familiar.
Okay, and by familiar, you mean?
Things that they see every day, you know, in their environment.
Okay. Fun?
Also, try to find materials that suit the age of our students. And so, like, for example, when we're working with children, we can find things that are appropriate for them and they feel comfortable, like toys.
So could we say age appropriate and also maybe relevant?
Yes.
Maybe for an adult a toy is not as relevant. Thank you. Anthony?
I think a wide variety of materials make for a much richer experience. For example, this same activity done with just popsicle sticks wasn't as rich an experience as the variation of materials used here.
Okay. Can you elaborate that?
Yeah, like bringing into the classroom like reality, things that they can touch, things that they can see, things that they can smell. It helps really a lot, you know, developing, you know, their learning.
Very nice. Very nice. So I hear you saying that reality and also things they can use their senses.
I'd say it kind of like reality, familiar. Things are familiar.
Okay, and by familiar, you mean?
Things that they see every day, you know, in their environment.
Okay. Fun?
Also, try to find materials that suit the age of our students. And so, like, for example, when we're working with children, we can find things that are appropriate for them and they feel comfortable, like toys.
So could we say age appropriate and also maybe relevant?
Yes.
Maybe for an adult a toy is not as relevant. Thank you. Anthony?
I think a wide variety of materials make for a much richer experience. For example, this same activity done with just popsicle sticks wasn't as rich an experience as the variation of materials used here.
Okay.
Because sometimes we think that because we have computers and we have presentation and laptops, okay, that is the best, you are on the top. And for those students who, for instance, they are not familiar with using a computer, it is a hard time.
You're right. You're right. That's like an assumption or something. All right. Okay. Appropriate material. And that hopefully can be complementary to your own ideas. Alright? So, Mary, you could pass this. I'm sorry to bother you all the time.
No bother.
Okay. I didn't include numbers 8, 9, or 10, etc. But you are more than welcome to include more of your own ideas in this criteria, right? I would like you to, in pairs also, analyze the experience we just had, okay? You can start here, of course, in the first line of this chart, right? Analyze, well, describing the activity, right? The name of it. I call it talking nature, right? I call it talking nature. The materials that you've used and the criteria present from 1 to 7, right? Which criteria could you see there? You have one cutout from a newspaper, right? And your sentence has to be related to this cutout. So let's imagine, I don't know, that we have like a mother working in an office in this cutout. So you can say, I don't know, Roger was talking to her mother in the office, I don't know, and Pantera was there. Whatever comes to your mind that is related to your picture, okay? Yes, and one final twist, so this works okay, right? When I say stop after the 30 seconds, okay, you are going to pass your piece of paper to the right for the next person to write, and you're going to pass the picture to your left. Right? So you have totally new story and totally new cutout. Okay? So the piece of paper goes to your left or to your right?
To your right.
And the cutout from the newspaper? Okay. After how much time?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. I will tell you change. Okay? So don't worry. Okay? So we have one Conrad, Herbert. Okay, you have extra 30 seconds to continue.
I hope the federal elections on terror.
Can you put them now?
I'll put them in here.